Thanks for choosing a 3CR podcast. Throughout June 2023, we're running our annual Radiothon, where we ask you, the listener, to make a donation so that we can continue to make great radio. Your donation will help keep us community-owned and community-controlled. Go to 3cr.org.au/donate, and with that done, please enjoy the podcast.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
And the aliens with mind meld and give them the technology. They're bad aliens.
So
are you surprised the Nazis were influenced by demons?
No, if demons are real, I would definitely think they'd be on the side of the Nazis.
Yeah.
McDonald's is connected to the Clintons. They chop up the bodies and put them into the sausage and hamburgers. People are being cannibalized. Look it up.
And I'm watching CNN talk about this as violent white nationalist protests. We have done everything in our power to keep this peaceful, you know?
It's Pepe's become kind of a symbol.
Welcome to yeahnahpasaran, a show about fascism and its grave diggers. I'm Cam Smith.
And I'm Andy Fleming.
Welcome to our annual Radiothon show, folks. 94198377. That's the number to call. 94198377. Andy?
Yes, Cam.
What are we here for?
We're here for the Radiothon, Cam.
And what do we need people to do?
We need people to donate money to the station.
Yes, and why should they do this?
Because 3CR is an invaluable resource, and it's the only place on the airwaves you'll hear anything like this.
Exactly. I don't think you're supposed to do this, but I challenge anyone listening in their car or with their little crystal radio set in their shed, just tune, maybe not on the crystal, but just tune the radio, up the dial. Have a listen to what they're talking about on there. It's nothing like this.
I think you're probably correct, Cam.
Yeah.
Not only is it nothing like it, it's nowhere near as good
no.
as what you're hearing right now.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Any other week, do that. Maybe don't do it right now.
Yeah.
94198377 is the number to call, because this week I'm just going to be saying that phone number over and over again a lot. So it's not that good a pitch to get them to change the station.
But we can talk about some other things, Cam. Like, what show are we doing and why?
This is yeahnahpasaran. Is this the 4th year of this show, Andy?
Yeah, it is, Cam.
So we've been broadcasting on 3CR for a number of years. But for the last 4 years, we have been doing yeahnahpasaran. I don't want to think about how long we've been on 3CR, actually, to be honest. It's a
few
grim reminder. Yeah, a grim reminder of our mortalities.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been doing this show specifically about anti-fascism for the past 4 years. Good grief. Every Thursday afternoon. Could you tell us, Andy, a little bit about why we do this?
We do this because people need to know, Cam. They need to know about fascism, and they need to know about how it operates and how they can, disrupt its operations.
But I guess my question would be, can all of this be done for free? Do they just let you put things on the radio for nothing?
There are some costs associated with it, Cam, unfortunately. Sad but true. And that's why, what number do listeners need to call, Cam? I can't remember.
94198377. And there are other options.
Like what?
You can go to 3cr.org.au/donate and follow the various prompts. Just make sure you tell them it's for yeahnahpasaran when you do that. But yeah, there's nothing like getting on the blower, sorting something out on the phone. 94198377.
Some arbitration and negotiation, Cam.
Well, Andy, let's go to a song, and then after that we are going to talk a little bit about who we talked to this year on the radio. Here are the Toasters with Don't Let the Bastards Grind You Down.
Back to
That was the Toasters there. Don't let the bastards grind you down. You're listening to yeahnahpasaran here on 3CR, 8:55 AM. We are radiothoning it. Oh, I hope the phones are lighting up. This show is pre-recorded, so I feel bad if somebody is sitting there waiting for the phone to ring at the station.
I'm sure they're swamped, Cam. They can barely keep up.
I'm feeling third-hand embarrassment because they'll be feeling second-hand embarrassment for us, and then I'll be I'm feeling that for them, feeling that for me. Sorry, there's a simple solution. We can clear up all of this anxiety by calling 9419-8377 and making a little pledge to 3CR.
But why, Cam? Like, what sort of shows have we been doing this past, year?
We have had an absolutely jam-packed year, Andy.
A what jam-packed year?
An absolutely jam-packed year.
Excellent. What has been packed with, Cam? Tell us.
The gills. 1 year ago, we spoke to Robert Horvath about Putin and his fascists.
Oh, yes.
And he was just the first of many people we spoke to this year who have been completely blackballed by the state of Russia. There was a bit of a theme emerging.
Were there others?
I think
there was at least one or two, right?
There were a couple, and there were a few that I think
probably should have been on the list.
Maybe they should have. I think if they were to land in Moscow, they might get a frosty reception.
Yeah. As would we, I assume, Cam.
We have done quite a few shows this year about Christian nationalism. Mm-hmm. We spoke to people like Catherine Stewart about the Good News Club and the power worshippers, but specifically about the way that Christian nationalists were using after-school prayer groups in public schools to sort of spread their message, which was very interesting.
Yes. The good news.
We've spoken to a few people about, again, the Russians, the Russian Orthodox Church, both in Russia. We spoke the other day to Kristen Sturkel, and last year we spoke to Dr. Sarah Riccardi-Swartz about some Russian Orthodox far-right activists in Appalachia.
By the way, Cam, is our friend the Aussie Cossack still in the Russian consulate?
I believe so. I believe he is waiting out his warrant.
Well, if the Aussie Cossack would like to make a donation, he's more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, he should have a bit of cash lying around.
He should.
He should be saving on rent. They're not charging him board in the consulate, I hope. That's no way to treat a patriot.
No.
We spoke to a few different people about things like ecofascism. Dr. April Anson comes to mind. We spoke to her about ecofascism and Marvel comics.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke to some Australian academics. It wasn't all just Americans. We spoke to Dr. Evan Smith about his research into anti-fascism and fascism in Australia.
Yes, and the book that was published with Jane was also one of the editors, was she not?
Dr. Jane Persian, who we also spoke to.
Yes.
We spoke to a bunch of people about accelerationism, people like Hannah Gace from the SPLC.
Speaking of which, Cam, can I just acknowledge that Uncle Ted has passed?
Uncle Ted is no longer with us. It's possible that he saw some of the Ted Kaczynski TikToks and hastened his demise. I did see, though, Charlie Kirk, the Turning Point USA impresario, using the occasion of Ted's death to, on the one hand, sort of praise him, but at the same time to be weirdly transphobic.
Right. Because Uncle Ted was not a fan.
No, I think that he was suggesting that Uncle Ted was trans, which is something that I had never heard of.
No.
But any excuse to be transphobic for some.
Yeah, okay.
And we did talk to a lot of different people about transphobia and the ways that transphobes and TERFs and people who are not TERFs but still get called TERFs cooperate with the far right to spread anti-trans hate. That was a big through line of the year.
Yes, and unfortunately it's continuing into the new year or the succeeding 12 months, one imagines, Cam.
I think that you're probably right there, Andy. Should we go to another song and then we'll come back with some of these questions from our very helpful audience?
I reckon.
9419-8377 is the number to call. Here is Crazy Horses by the Osmonds.
horses floating in the air come from. Crazy horses riding everywhere. It's all morning, it's in every tongue. Got to stop them crazy horses on the run. What a show, there they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Racing horses all got riders and they're you and I. Crazy horses. Crazy horses. Never stop and they never die. They just keep on pumping how they multiply. Crazy horses, will they never halt? If they keep on moving, then it's all our fault. What a show, there they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses all got riders and they're you and I. So take a good look around, see what they've done, what they've done, they've done, they've done, they've done, they've done. Crazy horses. Crazy horses. Crazy horses.
That was Crazy Horses by the Osmonds. Andy, what are
Yes,
people
Ken.
listening to?
They're listening to 3CR.
8:55. This is yeahnahpasaran, our annual Radiothon show. 9419-8377 is the number to call. 3cr.org.au/donate if you want to donate online. We also have a crowd raiser at givenow.com.au/cr/yeahnahpasaran, which makes it even simpler to donate to yeahnahpasaran. But Andy, every year when we do this show, we ask our listeners to provide us with some questions that I can ask you.
We do.
And look, I bloody love them. I love these guys, right?
Of course you do, Cam.
I love all of our listeners, especially if they donate at 9419-8377. That's
Yes, Cam.
being said,
That being said,
I feel like we may have generated a tradition where some of these questions are not very good.
okay, well, can you give me an example, Cam?
All right. Question number 1 comes from Phineas.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I put the call out.
Yeah,
Has anyone got a question that I can ask Andy?
yeah.
He
Okay.
replies with why. Now, I don't know if he's asking why would I want to ask you a question or if he's saying why, and that is the question. So, Andy, why?
Why not?
Okay. CJ asks me to ask you, why does Andy Fleming, also known as Slack Bastard, have a handle which does appear to be a misnomer?
Why? Well, actually, the name was given to my blog by a friend many years ago, and it stuck. And what relationship it bears to myself or my writing, I'll leave it up to the audience to determine.
Joel asks, is it going to get better before it gets worse? And if it needs to be clarified, it does refer to things. So are things going to get better before they get worse, Andy?
Now I found this question. Things are going to get better, Cam.
Before they get worse?
Before they get worse. Yes. But then they get better because, Cam,
Mm-hmm.
we plant the seed.
Mm-hmm.
Nature grows the seed. And then we eat the seed.
Very well. 9419-8377 is the number to call for the yeahnahpasaran gardening half hour. We have a question from Molly, who asks, Andy, why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Gee, that's a tearjerker, that question. Because rainbows are beautiful.
Somewhat related.
Like cats. Oh,
Yes.
yes. Is this a question related to cats, Cam?
No, this is about songs about rainbows.
Oh, okay.
I recently consumed a significant amount of MAGA rap.
Oh, God.
pro-Trump rap music.
Fantastic.
A lot of which was incredibly homophobic, if you can believe it.
Right.
But I noticed there was more than one comment bemoaning the fact that the gays had stolen the rainbows.
Right.
But then also that the gays had stolen the word gay. And I was like, I feel like we can't be relitigating this in 2023.
Well, apparently we can. So are there any answers in these raps?
The funny thing about these raps...
Are there any hard knocks?
The funny thing about these raps, Andy, is you would not believe how many raps I listened to about Miles Guo, the
right.
offsider of Steve Bannon.
Yeah.
More than you'd think. A suspicious number of Miles Guo raps, I would have to say.
There's nothing wrong with this genre, is there, Cam?
No, there's everything wrong with it.
Oh, okay.
9419-8377 is the number to dial to flick us a little bit of cash. Andy, should we go to another little song?
I expect so.
And then we can talk a bit about some of the things that happened this year.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, why not?
Here is Frenzal Rom, Andy, with Tontine from their new album, The Cup of Pestilence. I guess the question is Tontine about the pillow brand, or does it refer to, the death type of Tontine?
We'll put that to the doctor, and hopefully we'll get a reply.
All right. Here's Frenzal Rom, 9419-8377. We'll be right back.
Felt the sin, but I haven't seen the sea for a month. Touch my head, but my skin is crawling out of the door. And then I see some friends I know, but we at least agreed on enemies. And if you see me on the street, waiting friends with the world not sees, I can see you taking me in my sleep. Take a rest, take the rest of time to fill me with doubt. What a mess, to have gone this far and throw it all out. I may not have far to go, singing someone softly on the road. And if you see me on the streets, waiting flames with the wild Nazis, I can sense you taking me in my sleep. And if you see me having fun with the voice of the Proud Boy scum, I can sense you taking me in my sleep. And if you see me having fun with the likes of the Brown Boy scum, I can sense you taking me in my sleep. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I can sense you taking me in my sleep.
That was Frenzal Rom there, Tontine, Andy. We're listening to yeahnahpasaran, our Radiothon show. 9419-8377 is the number to call. Imagine if I'd forgotten what the number was and I've just been saying it wrong the entire time. I don't think so, though. This is the only phone number that I know.
That's the only phone number you need to know, Cam.
Exactly. 9419-8377. Andy, I thought we could talk a little bit about some of the things that happened this year.
Something's happened? What happened?
Well, the two big ticket items,
Yeah.
as far as a show about fascism were concerned, was the visit from young Posier Parker to our shores,
Yeah.
which generated quite a lot of interest in
It did.
Nazis.
It did.
We went through our
Quite a spectacle, really, wasn't it?
our biannual, by which I mean every couple of years, everyone cares about Nazis moment.
Yes, indeed. And I think this week there's a bill in the federal parliament to ban the swastika, the public display. Is that right, Ken?
I think you are correct.
Yeah.
A well-considered one.
Uh-huh.
Andy,
Yeah.
swastika bans, yay or
Yeah.
nay? We spoke to quite a few people about swastika bans this year, actually.
We have spoken to a few people and we've said a few things, or written a few things about it too. I mean, sure, why not? I think no. Should I be serious, Cam?
Well, I think it's fascinating that I reckon we must have asked, 10 people, 10 experts on the far right if swastika bans were effective at all. I don't think a single person said that they were.
I don't know that anyone thinks it would be sufficient to ban the public display of such a symbol, as though that would in some way disrupt the social dynamics that generate people attracted to that ideology.
You might have hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah. But I suppose also in terms of, the other objection that's raised is sometimes either on free speech grounds. Free speech is two words that are often thrown at this. And the other concern is the potential consequences for others. This is somehow or other understood to set a legal precedent which will proceed to, the state will proceed to outlaw all sorts of things. But I don't know. Is it worth addressing those things, Cam? I'm not sure if I can be bothered.
Perhaps not in the time we have left.
No. Well, nobody asked, so there you go.
9419 8377 is the number to call. Andy, what do you hope that we might achieve in the next year of yeahnahpasaran?
It would be good to speak to some more people who have experience as grassroots activists. That would be good. And also, I suppose, well, there's so much material to cover, really. I guess partly it's really just our own interests, but also governed by what's going on. So hopefully we can adapt to things as they progress. And I don't know, people seem to enjoy the show. Is that your...
Ideally, we'll run out of things to talk about. But I'm not holding my breath.
No, probably not. Yes. Well, there's a, we'll be happy to declare a job done in 6 months' time if that happens to be the case. But somehow or other, I don't think it will be.
Well, Andy, we have. I think that's quite in fitting with tradition for the show. Actually, quite a gloomy note to end on.
La lucha continua.
94198377 is the number to call. 3cr.org.au/donate. You can turn the typically gloomy ending of another episode of yeahnahpasaran into a affair of jubilation, giving us some of your hard-earned cash. Doesn't matter how much it is, every little bit counts.
It does.
It is all, I should also remind you, tax deductible. So just in case the entire economy does not collapse between now and the end of the month, you'll be able to claim this money. Don't really know how all of that works, but...
The IPA is on board.
Are they?
Well, it's tax deductible. They're against tax, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Tim Wilson, former MP, Tim Wilson. Tim, give us your money.
Actually, Alex Turnbull.
Yes.
The son of Malcolm Turnbull, who I very subtly called out a couple of weeks ago, asking him to donate. I thought he could solve all of my problems. Has so far failed to do so.
Oh, God.
But he has just followed me on Blue Sky.
Ah.
So,
well,
I know you're a fan.
Oh, Cam, is this going to air? You're publicly challenging.
Here's a little bonus. The person who donates the highest during this show, I will give my very first Blue Sky invite to. How's that?
That's bribery, Cam.
It is. Well, that is our Radiothon show.
Oh, okay.
94198377 is the number to call. We've got one last song. Here is Jeffrey Lewis and the Vaults. What's this one, Andy?
Exactly what nobody wanted.
We will catch you next week. See you later.
See you then. Bye-bye.
You were throwing off sparks of pure power, sending signals from a mystery tower. You didn't bother making sure it would sink in. It was a different way of working and thinking. Really wild and completely expressive. So creative and intense and obsessive. You were practically completely beyond it. And you were exactly just what nobody wanted. You were conscious and responsive and present. You weren't trying to make something unpleasant. You were just bouncing off of things that were trashy. And it was never very tricky or flashy. You had a vision that was clear and directed. And the ways it worked were all unexpected. You were unbelievable and you were undaunted. And you were exactly just what nobody wanted. But to me it was so awesome. So awesome. So awesome. So awesome. like a focusing of what had been brewing. It did a thing that no one else had been doing. You worked small to see what made this or that tick. Then you flipped it over so it all seemed galactic. It was crazy, but you really believed it. You gave it everything and lived it and breathed it. You made a space where all these good things collided, and it made approximately no one excited. It's hard to speak about the stuff you invented. It was unique in how it all got presented. It hit the mark and never stopped going forwards. Out of a darkness with no signs and with no words. It spoke a language that was instant and brutal, and it made all the art around it seem futile. You did it well and you could even repeat it, and that was exactly just what nobody needed. But to me it was so awesome, so awesome, so awesome. You were so awesome, just awesome. A long time waiting and leaving, and that's a good weird fate to believe in. A mirror meets death at an angle, where the light waves wiggle and tangle. So if someone else had all your same concentration, they still couldn't reach your same destination. There's really something anywhere you look closely, but a lot of it can come or go mostly. But when something really cuts away the pretenses, when something really takes a swing for the fences, when something really knocks it out of the borders and rearranges all the usual orders, that's exactly what the track you were on did. And it was exactly just what nobody wanted. A berserk sea that fluttered in and receded. You were so perfectly what nobody needed. It pushed as far as you could make an idea go, and it exactly made an impact of zero. And basically the public never responded. You were so amazingly what nobody wanted. I held on tight to every scrap that I took in, but it's like it all happened when nobody was looking. But to me it was so awesome, so awesome, so awesome. You were so awesome, just awesome.
Join the New International Bookshop on Saturday, June 17th at 9 a.m. for the annual Big Red Book Fair. Thousands of books of all genres at a flat rate of $3. More deals include $1 zines and journals, $2 selected fiction, and 10% off new books. Meet other lefties and find rare classics for low prices that are only available at the New International Bookshop, located at 54 Victoria Street, Carlton. Saturday, the 17th of June. The New International Bookshop is a 3CR supporter.